Hey yo, it's me again, Delightful Soul. How you guys doing out there? I hope everyone is doing well. So yeah, I want to bring you this story about Michael Jordan. I was reading the Sports Rush, the sportsrush.com, and they talked about this story about Michael Jordan was being sued for spending 10 million on his wedding but not paying his other child. I think it's safe to say that many of us are Jordan fans. Jordan legacy speaks for itself as his 6-0 final record remains to be the golden standard everyone compares anyone to. And like no other celeb, Michael Jordan has had a complicated life outside of playing basketball. Uh, Divorcing his first wife, which was a big news at the time, and repeatedly being sued for not paying child support. Now, see, we never hear much about Jordan's personal life. We just know these things happen, namely his love life. Okay, so Jordan is he's married to Yvette Prieto. He's been married to her since 2013. But before her, he was married to Juanita Vanor. He was married to her for 17 years. And their relationship just all of a sudden just ended. Well, of course, that led all of us to assume that his reputation for being a player has led him to some dangerous corners before. See, he was sued multiple times for a reason you would never guess. And yes, of course, child support. So in 2013, Jordan received quite a shock when a 32-year-old woman from Georgia sued him for not paying child support that he supposedly had fathered at the time. The woman made the claim publicly on Facebook and was appalled that Jordan had $10 million to spend on his wedding with Yvette, but he couldn't pay her the money she was owed. And y'all remember there was a similar case of a previous woman filed against Jordan just months in the same year, which was 2010. The case was filed in Georgia and claimed that Jordan wasn't paying another woman child support. However, after a paternity test confirming the child wasn't Jordan's, the case was thrown out. So the woman was even fined for taking such a case to court as a publicity stunt. Well, here's my take on this, and all of this information is alleged. And it goes to show you that judging Michael Jordan's previous indiscretions, that lets you know he's not perfect. And in this case and other cases, I truly believe that the billionaire Michael Jordan will certainly take care of his children, his responsibilities. So maybe he is not taking care of your child because he knows with certainty that your child is not his child. And of course, all of this is allegedly. You talk about him paying $10 million for his wedding as if that is a bad thing. But Michael Jordan is a billionaire, so you would not expect him to pay anything less. In fact, I do think that he saved some money because some of those weddings on his status can go into the hundreds of millions of dollars. So my point is, he can afford it. Now, if ladies of this caliber is seeking attention or creating some type of publicity stunt, I believe they should be fined based on their false claims. Because these false claims are selfish, the person who is claiming and making allegations does not think about the people around them who should be important to them, who they may hurt, their family, and in particularly that child. These actions are methodical, and the persons who commit it lack a moral compass. And yes, there should be some consequences. I think some of these people are from the 1800s. There are so many resources that can determine whether a man is the father of your child nowadays. It goes beyond the blood test and just counting how many months or days back that you were with someone. We have DNA testing. And there also is a capability of doing a DNA test on an unborn baby. So if this is your gig, claiming that someone is the father of your child and they are not, I don't even know if that's going to work out well for you in the end. Well, child, McDonald's is hiring. So a video of a McDonald's manager revealing no other employee showed up at 4 a.m. for the breakfast shift went viral.
It's 15 in the morning. McDonald's I work at. Employees are supposed to get here at 4. We open at 5. Well, I don't know if you just noticed. No employees. I got here at 3:50 or 3:30. Not 3:50. 3:30 to get an early start of the day, to get things ready, to get the system open, stuff like that. Because I was told yesterday, you're gonna open, you're gonna do food safety, yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, cool, all right, I can get that done. And I made a joke to my GM. Hopefully people show up, and he's like, yeah. And you notice there is no employees because I was supposed to have 3 at 4 o'clock. 1 is the maintenance guy, and 2 are employees that help me open and cook breakfast, stuff like that. Surprise, surprise, no call, no show. So about 4:30, the maintenance guy basically helps me cook the breakfast, get things ready. Thank you for that. 5 o'clock rolls around. I'm supposed to have 1 employee come in. Surprise, surprise, no call, no show. It is 6:15. 3 other employees are supposed to be here. Surprise, surprise. So far, they're no call, no show. So yeah, hopefully the store owner, the owner of the store, doesn't come in because I'm gonna get my ass ring. Then I'm gonna ream their asses, not the owner, the employees. I'm gonna ask the GM how to write people up. I'm not familiar with that. I know how to do everything else because I'm gonna write every single person up for not coming in, not showing up, because this is fucking ridiculous. I basically had to do everything by myself, but the days I come in to help them, there's employees. But the day I open up, there's no employees. So what the fuck? This is ridiculous. I'm sorry for cursing in uniform, but I'm pissed off. Anybody would agree with me on this.
Brandon is reportedly a manager at McDonald's. Well, one person responded that bad management usually causes that. Another one commented and said your management style is speaking very loudly. And yet, during your entire rant, no customers. This is because of bad management. End of story.
They just posted. It honestly doesn't make any sense to me because every week my general manager prints off things, reviews of the store. Like if it's 20, 30, 40, whatever, he prints them off so everybody can see them. And a lot of them employees who work there, not work there, a lot of the customers that come through see them almost the same employees every day, know us by name, and give us compliments. Of course, there's some like entitled people, blah blah, it wasn't good enough, and give us a bad review. But if you were to Google my store location, which I have it right here, we have a 4.6 out of 5 stars. That's Google review. There's over 26,000 of them. 26,000 4.6 reviews. Okay, so I don't know how that's bad management. Yes, there are companies that have bad management and people leave. But we do not. We give reasonable hours and reasonable pay. So if it's anybody's blame, it's blame the employees for not being on time. And it's not management's fault that people didn't show up in the morning and want breakfast. Some people don't want to eat McDonald's every morning, or some people have their own breakfast, or they're not awake yet. So just because there was no customers doesn't mean bad management. So, end of story.
And there was others who commented positively about his management skills, saying people have to be held accountable. Appreciate you, one person said. Somebody else said, write them all up. I'm sorry, but I agree. You have to keep them accountable because if not, they will take advantage. It's called being responsible. A second agreed. I just believe that there is a miscommunication in scheduling and duties for preparing to open a McDonald's, and that's management. And serve reviews doesn't mean anything. You can have great customer service and be a lousy manager. And employees present do not beget customers in an empty restaurant. So you could have taken that opportunity to call some other employees who would be willing to come in at that time. So when someone responded, bad management usually causes that because you basically that morning expected to turn the key and go into your office and have a seat while the other employees prepare for breakfast that morning. And that's what management is not all about. So I guess you can take this moment and reflect on your management skills and see what you could have done differently. So y'all let me know in the comments below what y'all think about these two stories. Michael Jordan being sued for not paying child support. You think that is a liable story or liable suit? And what would you have done as the McDonald's manager? And certainly there should be some accountability for not showing up for work, but what type of accountability would you ensue? Well, as always, I thank you for tuning into my channel and thank you for watching. Go ahead and subscribe. Bye now.